Hi, my name is Brooke Lipman,
And I'm Dr. Deb Lippman,
and this is Wine Together.
a podcast where we drink some wine and have a chat.
So sit back, relax, and get that corkscrew ready. Last week we talked about birthdays. This week we'll be talking about transportation. Okay. Cheers.
Thanks, Rookie. I'm still drinking from my autumn thankful glass. I so wish I were there with you drinking thankful glasses, but
Yeah, you might enjoy this wine. I'm not sure how.
I think I would because it sparkles. I love sparkling wine. It tickles my nose. I am a little jealous, but I really like this one from the U.S. and I really hope that I can find this one there. But so I want you to start looking.
Oh, what is it?
It's from Josh Sellers, so it'd probably be very expensive there. But it's Josh Sellers, and this one is a Cab Sav and Sauvignon Blanc blend, which is phenomenal. It's called Sea Swept.
Okay, I'm writing it
Yeah.
on the whiteboard.
Thank you. Yes, Sea Swept by Josh Sellers. The big name on the bottle on the label is Josh.
Getting ads for Josh Sellers on my phone.
Okay, well well, that's funny because I've bought like 3 different wines from Josh Sellers since I've been here.
I'm logged onto your
That's probably why. Oh, that's funny. Isn't it funny how those algorithms can work? And
Mhm.
it's almost like they're stalking you.
Well, they are. That's what the internet.
That's the whole point. But I don't understand. There are laws against stalking.
It's not exactly. It's just. It's you when you accept terms and conditions of things. You accept them.
You accept that they could stalk
So
you.
it's not stalking exactly. It's like
Mhm.
micro data stuff.
I understand. I think though that they're getting away with stalking.
Yeah,
They
I've
call it something different, but I get it.
had all day. I feel like I should put it back on. It matches my.
Yeah. Oh, well, how was class today? Did you take public transportation?
I did this morning. I took the bus.
It's so funny when I first moved that. Well, when we first moved there, I shouldn't say I, as if I were the only one that was there for a while. But when we first moved there, oh, the hat looks really good with that.
Mm.
When we first moved there, it was funny because I was adamant that we were not going to get a car, blah 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 blah, and so I remember sending a text to one of my girlfriends back here in the U.S. Said I don't have to worry about anything. I have a Mercedes that picks me up every single day, and he's always on time. And I took a picture of the front of the bus because they're all made by Mercedes. And it's so funny. But, you know, we've become so Swiss culturized. I don't want to say Swiss, but Swiss culturized that when they're a couple of minutes delayed, fish, fish bacon. When they're a couple of minutes delayed, we just start acting Swiss.
You
What
know,
is taking this bus so long? Blah, blah,
they're
blah. But
late now.
I'm sorry.
They're always late now.
I'm
I've
just wondering, because I remember when they were always on time, but then all that construction started. And so I was giving them a benefit of the doubt because of construction, but surely some of that construction's finished. I mean, is there more construction further down the road that I don't know about?
no, but it's just that they've added floor plots, and they've never been on time since they added floor plots.
What, you're right. I hadn't even thought about that. How did they not think about that as smart as they are?
They never changed the times of the buses.
The
They just
added stops.
yeah.
That, yeah, that didn't make sense. Okay, they just didn't think that through when they were doing the new time schedule. But I will say, I, I'm kind of excited to get back,
Mhm,
uh, because I'm so frustrated that I can't even go exercise without having to drive
mhm.
somewhere to go exercise. And I was actually complaining about this to Angie this weekend, um, because everywhere I have been, like stayed, when I stayed with Justin, when I stayed with Angie, when I've stayed, at Airbnbs, nearby them to be near them, there's still never a place for me to just walk out the front door and go exercise.
Mhm.
So I technically could walk around the farm 10 times and get a 5K. Well, maybe 12 times to get a 5K.
Mhm.
Do I want to be seen walking in circles 12 times? They might think I'm a little cray. I don't know. But I've got to do it. I mean, I've got to do something. I'm so miserable.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean, like I got home last night and it was late and I thought, well, I'm still going to do my core workout. And I did.
mhm.
But yeah, I did not get up this morning and go walk. Well, my excuse was it was raining. But, at least there you get public transportation, even if it's raining.
Yeah.
You had any snow?
No, but this morning the craziest thing happened.
Tell
I
me.
walked out the door and it smelled like it was going to snow.
It might tonight.
I
Mm,
hope so. Well, it's not that cold though. It's getting into
okay.
this week, but it's not.
Oh, maybe it did up on the mountain a little bit this morning because you're right there. And
But I walked out
yeah,
the door and immediately I smelled it and I was so happy.
I'll bet it was up there at Weissenstein. You need to check the cameras.
I know. Ugh.
Uh,
It smelled so nice. I was so
yeah, I love it. I love it. But you will get it, and I won't be there. As far as I know, I won't be there for the weekend, the big weekend snow that we usually get, which is like the second weekend of December.
I doubt
Around
we'll
the 10th, I will not be there.
I doubt we'll get it because it's been so warm up until now.
Well, maybe it'll hold up till I get there. I don't know. So if not, we got to go to Core.
Mhm.
We need to go to Core to the Finax Market anyway. So we can hit Core and then we can hit either Zurich or Olten on the way back from Core. If Dad will let us. But yeah. But I'm trying to get most of your Christmas presents here, but I can't like take a lot home. So unfortunately, you're getting things like jewelry and stuff like that. So I'm sorry. I mean, but you won't know what it looks like. So, and I'm so worried because I know you're gonna say, "Ugh, it looks like something you would wear." I'm afraid you're gonna think it's too old looking for you, but
I don't know.
call it vintage, and
Okay.
you'll like it.
Okay.
But I did buy your gift for me.
Okay.
If you want to see that one, I'll show you, but I'm not showing you the other one. Angie, it was so funny because Angie said, "Why are you buying all that jewelry?" I was like, "Well, one's a gift for me from Brooke, and one's a gift to Brooke." She said, "Oh, she's gonna love that."
Okay.
But I hope so because
Mhm.
it's got your one of your well, it's got a lot of cubic zirconia.
Okay.
It's sparkly. And so I was like, well, I think she'll like that part of it. I said, but I'm afraid the shapes and stuff,
Yeah,
but
I
whatever.
think chunky, that's what I worry about. I don't like chunky things.
I wouldn't call it chunky,
Yeah,
but
but you call chunky is overly chunky, so
okay, yeah, because I almost bought me a chunky necklace and I thought, no, I've spent too much money already. But everything was 60% off, and I'm kind of hoping that there's going to be a 70% off soon and I can go get you something else because I saw something else I wanted to get you, but I was like, kind of spent a lot of money already. But I thought some of it was so pretty. And then I bought something and I wore it to church yesterday, but then I thought, oh, maybe I shouldn't have worn this because I think Brooke might like this.
okay.
So I might have worn one of yours,
Okay, I don't
but I
care.
won't wear it again, I promise.
I don't care. I steal all your earrings, so.
Here's the thing, Brooke, the box lights. There's a light inside the box.
Ooh, I do like that.
It's so pretty. I was like, and
It's,
all you have to do is rub your little finger in front of it and the light come back on. But anyway, I'm sure eventually it'll wear out, but I'm not opening it anymore until you get it so that it doesn't wear the light out. I was like, oh my gosh, I love the light in the box. That's kind of cool. But yeah. But so there's two of those that have lit boxes. That was really cool. But of course I wore one. Sorry about that. But anyway.
okay.
But I bought this dress for my anniversary. I did wear it to church yesterday but it's purple because Dad likes purple and it's sparkly. It's got glitter all over it. I was like, this is gonna be my anniversary dress, and it's shorter in the front than in the back, but it still goes below the knee, or it's right at the knee in the front. So it's old woman, but it's longer in the back. It's a little kind of cute, but I thought, oh, I like this for my 30th anniversary, and I hope he's gonna be here. Oh, I hope he's gonna be here. But anyway, he'll have to take an airplane
Yeah.
to get here. But what about like so now that there's always that delay, when you're going to class, do you plan for that?
Well, I always go super early and I always get there like 10 minutes early. So,
Only 10 minutes, so not enough time to sit for a cup of coffee.
well, I have 2 cups of coffee before I go.
Oh, okay. Well, you're gonna be finished before I get there, right?
Yeah. I'm
Okay, so I won't get to walk you to class.
no, I'm done in 3 weeks. On Thanksgiving.
Oh, oh,
Thanksgiving.
Janet's birthday.
Yes, I pointed that out that it was Thanksgiving, and so he thought that was really funny.
Yes,
So I think it's really funny.
it kind of is. Are you gonna try to make some stuffing?
Maybe.
I told Angie and Jeff how good you were at laying your bread out and knowing you have to dry it out a day ahead of time and that
Yeah.
you're good at cutting the bread for the cubes to make stuffing. They were like,
I
"You don't
didn't.
buy the breadcrumbs?" I said, "No, we can't buy breadcrumbs there. We have to make our own breadcrumbs."
You did all that, Mom.
Well, I guess I did, but still, you did the work of the stuffing, right? Didn't you like make them? Oh, you're gonna have to do it by yourself this year. I'm sorry.
In the US by myself last year,
That's what it was. Okay.
but I
Yeah.
bought crumbs.
So this year you might not get stuffing till I get there,
No, I
but you
can
can
do
have it for
it myself.
Christmas. What's
I can
that?
do it by myself. You just didn't let me do it by myself.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And you can delete. But anyway, sorry that wire was bothering me. Yeah, you're right. It's so funny. I remember one time we were in the house in Roseville, and it was at the holidays, and Mason was supposed to make banana chocolate chip bread for his teachers, and I went in there and just started, telling them what to do, but then took over, and he's like, "I'm not making it." So
Yeah.
what do you mean? Don't you? He said, "I'm saying you do this every time. You just take over." And I don't mean I feel bad about that. I need to start not doing that.
Because you think that to help, you need to do it, but that's not actually helping.
And you're right. I really do think that is the best way to help. And but I just don't want y'all to feel like you have to work so hard. But that's the only way to learn
You
is for me to let you do it.
you can tell us what to do as long as we physically do it. Because if I physically do something, I can usually repeat it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
still have the instructions, but yeah.
that makes sense. I will get better. I'm gonna try my best to continue to get better. But wait a minute. So last year, okay, when we took the train to Coeur,
Hmm.
we don't go straight to Cool. We go to Zurich first, right? And that's probably why we went to the Zurich markets when we came back through. Yeah. I tell you what, I love that train ride to Alton.
Yeah. We
It's
can't.
so fast
Uh-huh.
and no stops. I mean, well, if you go with the O1, there's no stops, right?
Yeah. The 34 is
34 stops in Unsingen.
yeah.
I love that trip to Alton, the 18 minutes.
Hmm.
But there's even small trains we could take to Alton, right? But they just take so
It's
long.
an hour
Yeah.
ish.
Those little ones. That's crazy. I like the 18-minute one.
Hmm.
Yeah, Alton. I think it's fun to go to Alton. We had so much fun when we went to Alton last time when it was the three of us in Alton because we went to the Ratskeller, remember?
Huh.
That guy was riding our train. Every train we got on and every bus we got on, he rode all the way. Um, did he go all the way to Christmas? I don't remember. It was crazy. It's just like he sat near us and he was riding us. I was like, this is so weird. But I guess it happens. It's a popular route. The
Yeah.
Zolotern to Olten, Olten, Zolotern.
Hmm.
But I love the bus ride to Vangen on the R because you can go straight from Zolotern. Or
Oh, okay, sorry. Going back to that guy, it wasn't so weird that he was on the same train as us. It was weird that he had lunch at Ratskeller also.
oh, that's true.
That
He had lunch at Ratskeller. That's
was weird.
right.
And then left because we walked around Olton and he was still
Yeah.
on the same train as us going back.
Yeah. That was
Sorry.
because we even stopped and got ice cream.
Yeah.
We walked around Olten and we saw that Ausstellung, the art thing, the
Uh,
art um exhibit. And then yeah,
because
go get ice cream. All that time we wasted. I mean, we were gone an hour.
he was there at Ratskeller with his like boyfriend, I think.
Yeah, but then they didn't leave together.
No,
I
I
was
think
wondering.
we're breaking up.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
That's
I
why
thought they were breaking up.
that's why I noticed him at Ratskeller because I think he was breaking up with his boyfriend. They gave each other like breakup gifts.
Yeah, yeah. I remember. Yeah, that was. But I mean, he didn't seem upset. That was kind of funny. But then, maybe he just felt like, okay, this seems like a safe family. I'll sit near them and I'll feel better.
It was so weird. It was so
It
weird.
was so funny. But and it's so funny because I always think, oh, if I ride the same train or ride the same bus, and I'm gonna say I do see a lot of the same people on the bus
Uh-huh.
because right there.
Yeah.
But when I'm taking the train to Zurich, I don't think I've ever seen the same people, even if I take the same time.
Uh-huh.
It's weird. I don't see the same people.
Well, I mean, it's
Like,
usually a lot more crowded, so you probably just don't know.
yeah, I do want to try that app though,
Yeah.
especially if we're taking a long ride.
Mhm.
I definitely want to try that because I mean, I've gotten like some of them I know, like if headed to Core,
Yeah.
I know to sit on the right side on the left side in the direction of travel because I get to see the lake, that big at the Wadensee.
Hmm.
That's the one we were on this. I love being on the water. I tell you what, that's the thing that's gotten me through these 4 months
Hmm.
has been thinking about all the boat trips your dad took me on this
Hmm.
summer. It seemed like every weekend he was planning, a cruise of some kind, and that has really got me through. And there's flies. I'm swatting flies. I guess it's gnats or whatever. But it really has kind of been what got me through was, just thinking about all the good easy ways to get around there. I mean, obviously we've gotten better at walking places. We can walk to the Brockie and there in Ningan,
Yeah.
up to Cope Pronto and then back to
Yeah.
the Brockie. But yeah, I mean the bike lanes are safe. Your dad's always, sometimes I think almost every time he rides his bike,
Hmm.
he is on the street at some point during it. I mean, I know he takes a lot of the bike routes, but some of those bike routes actually are on the roads
Hmm.
and he just seems to be safe.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yep, he made it yesterday for his Marine Corps birthday ride. Woo. So, yeah, I'm glad he did that.
Hmm.
And then, but yeah. So, do you think you could, like, tell me about London's public transportation?
It's really good. I mean, the buses are not like super. I took the bus I think once. Uh,
Which, do they have only the big red buses or they have other buses that I
I
don't know about?
think it's just the red buses.
Okay.
But the
That
tube is so easy. It's so simple. Oh my
just
goodness.
mind the gap.
Yeah, and it's just, you can get like practically anywhere on the
Oh,
tube.
really?
Yeah.
I guess the underground in Italy is kind of like that. I just don't know it well enough. But the more I go, so the more we go to Italy, Brooke, the better we're gonna get at this.
Well, they're gonna make a direct train from Zurich to Rome, I think.
Oh,
I'm telling you this without the presence of the other one for a reason. We saw it on the bus at the same time. So on Saturday, so he hasn't told you about it yet, so he doesn't want you to know.
I'm sure.
I had to
I'm
point it
just,
out. I had to point it out because I knew what it meant because it was in German, obviously, because it was on the
that's
bus.
awesome. I'm
And
just so proud of you for your German.
I stood up.
Oh, and I can't wait for us to watch Ted Lasso in German.
I know, I'm excited. Well, we also have to watch Paddington in German.
Oh, that's definitely, we'll do that before Christmas.
You seen it in English yet?
Which
Watch it. You can watch it
I'm
in.
sure I've seen it in English. He has the sandwich with the queen.
No, that's just an ad.
Oh, okay.
You have to watch the whole movie.
Okay.
It's
All right. Yeah, I
not
will.
in the US, so you might have to
Can I, I
thing.
sort of say, can I watch it on my Kindle while I'm here, or will it
Yeah,
want to change?
you'll have to change it, but I can just let me know when you watch it, and then I can change it back here.
What if it might not, if they might let me do it one time? Well, I'll let you, because I would not do it till the
Just
evening.
let them know you're traveling. Well, if you do
Yeah,
it even there, then I'll be asleep, so it'll be fine. It's not like I'll be watching Netflix.
right. So I just say I'm traveling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You should be able to figure it out.
I should be able to. Yeah. But oh yeah, okay. So that's enough.
Yeah, it's
I'm
so good.
not going anywhere today because I already feel a buzz. All I had to eat today was 2 eggs and that was like 6:30. So,
I had
but I
breakfast.
have a sandwich here. I have some mashed potatoes here. I have crackers here. I don't have to leave the house. I should be good. I definitely can't drive. I hate driving. That's why I like being there with public transportation.
I know. I still feel like I need to learn to drive. Like, I mean, I know how to
I
drive.
agree.
I just don't drive.
I agree that it would definitely be, I mean, just for emergency purposes, you should be comfortable enough, confident enough to drive a car if there were an emergency. I agree. I don't know how to get you there. I don't know if we buy a Vespa and you learn on that.
That's
I
not
really don't know. I think that'd be different. That'd be
the
too different than a car.
because I'm still not comfortable riding. Like, I mean, I can barely ride a bike, but I'm still not comfortable riding a bike on the street.
Yeah.
I don't
What
think.
about, I mean, there's the Fahrschule right there.
Yeah,
Would you be comfortable if we got you in Fahrschule?
know how to drive. I could probably just study and take the test. I probably need to practice a little bit because it's been a.
Oh, you reminded me. Thank you. One of my kids is asking about the driving test information. I need to print up a North Carolina driving test for him.
I probably still have the booklet.
Yeah, but that's there, right?
Yeah, but I can take pictures.
Yeah, I'll let you know because I can't tell you everything, but I could text you and you can say, "Oh, let me text you."
I think Dad is back. I can get him to come and say hi for a second.
Please do.
He's going by in a second.
Okay. So anyway, I don't understand the first one, but I meant to look that up and I forgot.
Hey, having fun?
I am now that I'm talking to you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks
What
nice.
is that jacket? Oh, here's your BioGym one. Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah,
That's a
wear,
nice one. It's nice and warm, huh?
yeah, wear it underneath my rain jacket so that for the extra layer.
Is it raining?
No,
No.
I
But that's the yellow one, the bright yellow.
yeah, because
That
it's
I make you wear.
well, no, I got from Decathlon. So
Yeah, but it's important that you wear that because it's bright and people see it.
well, but I had been wearing a bright yellow jacket before that one too. So
Okay.
yeah,
But anyway, yeah.
so
Oh, good. I'm glad you're there and you're safe.
yeah.
Okay. We're talking about, you know, taking the train
Oh,
Yeah.
I've been on a train once.
to Cooler to Divine Oxmart.
Okay, enjoy. Might-
Well,
Okay.
love
There's
you.
white wine in the fridge. It's in one of the drawers. It's sparkling wine and it's Moscato, so it's very
Oh, he'll love it because he likes the sweet Moscato. I
healthy.
just didn't realize it was sparkling. I'm so excited. I want to try that when I get there.
Oh
But
yeah,
yeah.
better. I thought you were gonna open it and take a sip, but I was like, okay.
What is that?
I had gotten that.
I just wanted to make sure the lid was closed tight before
Yeah.
I laid it down in the fridge.
Fair enough. So I got a Coke earlier and I forgot
Oh.
about it. And so I had it on my little tray table. And it was like, do you want me to put this in the fridge for you? But it's been sitting
Okay.
since like 1 o'clock. So
Well, yeah, it'll be okay though.
yeah,
I mean, add something to it, it'll be fine.
was-
Always.
fridge, so it'll be fine. Oh my goodness.
But I tell you, I will. I think that's so convenient. And I'll be honest with you, growing up, in North Carolina,
Uh-huh.
the thought of public transportation was just, I hate to say this because I don't want people to think I don't want people to think that I feel this way now because I don't feel this way now. I would take public transportation here either. But growing up, you know, before I met your dad, public
Mhm.
transportation, the thought of that was disgusting.
Mhm.
I don't know why I thought that because that's not like I had any experience with it. I didn't. And so shame on me. Shame on me.
It gets a bad rap in the media, you know, because
Yeah.
it's dirty
And
and all
it
that.
shouldn't. And I hate that because, you know, I mean, we've taken the subway in New York, we've taken the train to New York, we've taken buses to New York.
Mhm.
We, you know, from Boston, I mean, you took trains but well, I don't know how many buses, but you took a bus like from the airport to somewhere, right?
I took the bus from the train station to the airport in Boston.
Oh, okay. So, and for sure, like in Virginia, you
Mhm.
took off from Virginia. Well, we took you to Norfolk, and you got on a train to DC.
Yeah.
And so it's not, and you went by yourself as a
Yeah.
young woman. So nice of those guys to help you with those big luggages.
No.
They were so sweet. I was just like, oh, should I say something? No, no, they were just being nice. I
Yeah.
should leave it alone. And they were, like you told me afterwards, they were just helping.
Yeah.
Super nice. So I think that you do see the good in people on
It
public
helps when I
transportation.
always am like, no, I'm gonna do it myself, and they're like, no, I can help
Yeah,
you.
let me help. Yeah. And I know, I know you don't want to feel like "Ah, the frail little lady. I can do this myself." I know that's how you feel because I feel the same way.
I can carry
But
50
but
pounds.
I think sometimes people really do feel good being helpers.
Yeah, I
And
know,
so
but
if you get that sense from somebody, let them help.
I mean, in South Station, there were like 2 years where I think it was the up escalator was broken. So I had to carry a 50-pound suitcase plus a duffel and a backpack up the like stairs by myself.
And you
And
didn't have the little 3 wheels that go upstairs, that climb stairs.
there's things that do that.
Ugh. Oh yeah, there's like shopping carts in Switzerland that have the 3 wheels on the backside, and they just roll up the stairs.
Up this.
Look in Manor. Just look in Manor to see if you see one with the back wheels that have the 3 wheels. It's 3 small wheels instead of one big wheel, which our big wheel would probably do okay, but we just don't. Fortunately, we have the lift. And
Yeah.
most of the time, if I have had to carry it because the lift was broken, I didn't have much stuff in it. So, but yeah, there's little shopping carts that have the 3 wheels. They're so awesome, and it's supposedly to go upstairs, to roll upstairs. But yeah, so funny. Well, I really hate that I didn't learn as a young person about public transportation. In fact, the first time I ever rode subway/metro was after I'd married your dad. And he took me to Arlington for the first time. We were already married before I met his parents. I don't know if you knew this. But so we went around Christmas to his parents for me to meet his family. And we'd been married almost 2 weeks by that time.
Yeah.
And so we went on the metro. Well, first, having him drive around that area.
Yeah.
Thank God they have a metro, because driving in that area, I can't do it, and I got to do it in a few weeks. I'm so scared. I
Especially,
have to do this.
it's the intersection right before you get to Grandma and Grandpa's.
Oh, it's
You know the one where there's
I
like
do at it's
different-
like I can't remember the name of that road, but and Wakefield, and oh my gosh, because you have to cross over those many lanes, and the light doesn't stay green long, and oh my gosh, but you're going on to Wakefield. Or you're on Wakefield, staying on Wakefield, but you're crossing over that. And I don't know if is it Columbia? No, it's not Columbia Pike.
Well, I'm talking about
I don't
Columbia.
remember. It's just bad.
All terrible.
It's
Arlington,
all terrible. But
Arlington's the worst.
yeah,
We'll never drive there.
but that was the first time, like going into DC, our first time. Your dad took me on the metro, and I didn't know what to do. I mean, I don't know how to buy the ticket. I don't know how to use the ticket.
I still don't know how to use those freaking machines. They should make them easier.
We'll have to keep practicing. We'll go and practice. But
Tourists-
yeah.
Do you know how many tourists go to DC? You think they can buy tickets? Freaking machine?
No, I remember one time we were at Arlington Cemetery and we were trying to make sure I had enough money on my ticket to get back to wherever we were going to get back to Grandma and Grandpa's. And this man grabs my elbow, pulls me over to the ticket machine, and is asking me questions. And I couldn't understand it because he was talking really fast. And anyway, your dad got really offended, and he goes over there to tell the guy what to do, and whatever they figured out. And then I was like, when we got on where was he from? And your dad said, I think Russia. Because I think he told us, because he asked, because I think I asked, or your dad asked, or something. And I think he said Kazakhstan, but I'm not sure. No, I of course didn't know where that was. But your dad said, just think Russia.
It used to be part of the Soviet Union, right?
Yes, it did. And so anyway,
Yeah,
it was just weird. He just grabbed me. I mean, just grabbed me to ask me to show him the machine. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. I got the machine. And then I didn't know if he was understanding me. Your dad was like, what the heck is you doing touching her like that?
Oh my god. I use my phone to pay for the metro now. And it-
Hey, careful showing that.
I showed my
Just the app, I hope.
well, I showed the Smart Trip. So it's just the thing. It's not the whole app. It's
Okay.
my Metro card.
As long as it's not got your payment information on it.
No.
Okay, anyway, but yeah, I I I, I think that learning public transportation in DC
Mhm.
was a very positive.
Mhm.
It was definitely net positive for me because now had I been forced to do public transportation as a kid on something that was maybe negative, maybe I wouldn't have the same perspective that I have now. But I have to say, I wish there were more public transportation in the United States.
I wish there was more public transit in DC because guess what? You can't get around the whole city.
No, you have to walk a lot.
Seriously?
But I don't mind walking. I love walking in DC.
Yeah,
I
but
love to walk DC.
the buses are way too complicated.
And I think I think that your brother's kind of having an issue with that because they're not reliable enough for
They're
him to
not?
get to work. And so I think that it's become because unfortunately he's paying a lot of money for Uber. Like half his paycheck almost. Or at least a fourth
It's
over
terrible.
2 weeks.
Like because there needs to be metro into Georgetown. Like there's nothing in Georgetown. There's some
So
buses.
they can't cross the river, I reckon. But maybe Georgetown doesn't want it. I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. I don't know the thought process behind all that. I don't know why.
Like 3 universities over there.
But again, look at who goes to those universities.
Yeah. They all have Bentleys.
They do, and drivers.
Yeah, they have Bentleys for chauffeurs.
Hey, we have drivers. And you know what? Anytime I want to go, my driver will be there for me in a Mercedes. And I love it. They're so kind.
I
I even left my phone one time and my driver brought it back to me. It was so funny. It's been about a year now. It was so funny.
for that.
He was so
Also,
kind.
I don't think I've ever left anything on the bus or the train before.
That's nice. I am fortunate too.
I'm pretty good about
My US phone.
I'm pretty good about checking before I leave.
Well, I think I had a really bad day that day, and your dad that day, I guess because I was having such a bad day,
Mm,
your dad says, "Why don't you come down here? We'll go get a beer." So I go down to 1881, and then I rode my bike,
yeah.
and so we could only have that one beer because we were both riding bikes. And I said, "I think I lost my US phone." He said, "What?" I said, "I can't find it." And he said, "Let's go home and see if we can figure it out." So we look everywhere. And then he does the Find My iPhone. And he said, "Oh, I know where it's at." He said, "I think you might have left it on the bus." And so it does the ringing thing where you're saying, "I'm ready to locate my phone," kind of thing. And the bus driver picks up, and of course he's in his Schweizerdeutsch, and I panic.
Uh-huh.
And when I panic, that whole little door closes right here at the front part of my brain. And so I'm thinking, can I speak German? Do I know German? What am I doing? That whole thing goes through. And so I had to like slowly speak my Hochdeutsch. And he said, finally, he said, he asked me where I would be. And I
Uh-huh.
said, Kreuzplatz. He
Uh-huh.
said, "Oh, ich komme aus Kreuzplatz. Yeah. Zwolf." No, he said, 20 or 12, 20 or 12. And I was like, "Oh, okay." And so your dad and I just walk up to Kreuzplatz at 8:12, and we're like, "Okay." And then he opens the door and he just looked at me like an old, father with like, "What?" So nice.
What's so funny about that is if we were in the US and he saw the phone moving, he would assume it was stolen. But in Switzerland, you just assume, oh, it's on the bus.
Yeah, exactly.
Bus.
Exactly. And that's exactly what you did. Yeah, absolutely. It's like you left it on the bus. Yes, you did. You did. So yeah, it's kind of funny. But you know what? You're right. In Switzerland, public transportation, 9 times out of 10, I really think maybe even more than 9 times out of 10, you're gonna get it back.
Oh yeah. No.
Whatever it is. Whatever it is.
I mean, the stuff I've left at grocery stores.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I got everything back.
They're handy.
My-
Dein Schlüssel.
I'm sure I've left my phone at the grocery store twice. And my keys once. Yeah, I don't know if that's it. I think that's it. But
Dein Handy, dein Schlüssel. Yeah. It's so funny. But people are so kind. I mean, and I remember one time on the bus.
uh,
We hadn't been there, I don't know, 3 or 4 months, not long at all. We had started our classes with Miriam,
uh,
and so we might have known a few words, but anyway, this man,
uh,
I would call him a young man because he was younger than me. So he might have been in his 30s at the most. You could tell he was high, and he was asking for something, and your dad and I just both had this deer in the headlights look on our face. And a young girl, probably your age, started talking to him and explained to him that we didn't speak German. And then she got off at Kreuzplatz, which he did too. And
Mhm.
so he went to the big tower and she walked around the corner with us. And we both said, thank you. And she said, oh, it's no problem. In her, I mean, very good English. She
Mhm.
said, I could tell, you know, you don't know a lot of German. I said, but we're learning. She says, it's okay. She said, he's a little special. And that's all she said. And I said, but you were so good. And so we thank you so much. But anyway, I don't know that I've ever seen her. I don't know if I'd remember her, but
Yeah.
wow, what nice people on public transportation. And I thought, wow, that was really good. And I've also seen people that have jumped on the bus without paying and gotten tickets, and that breaks my heart. I
Mhm.
hate to see that because they're embarrassed, and then I'm embarrassed because I'm seeing it happen, and there's nothing I can do. I mean, so that makes me cry a little. But they shouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? And it's always around Christmas that this happens. Why do they always just, really jump on the bus to check
I
tickets
know
around that time? I know they do it in the summer also, but really it's like the summer and at Christmas.
I I think they really shouldn't check tickets around Christmas.
I don't either. I don't either. That just breaks my heart. I mean, and I can't stand it. And I always see somebody get a ticket around that time, and I can't
I
stand
think
it because I
even
can't do anything about it.
yeah, well, you could pay for their ticket.
No, I can't. By the time I realize they're getting a ticket, it's too late. They're
Yeah,
getting the ticket.
but
I could pay for the bus ticket, but I can't pay that 50 franc
yeah.
fine they're getting.
I mean, like even on like the train, I don't think they should check tickets on
Mm-mm.
Christmas. Like
I know.
I
I know. I know. It's
it's
always so heartbreaking.
December, like one of the months with like the highest employment rate. I could be pulling that out of my head and
I
like
don't know, and I certainly don't know there. I certainly don't know about Switzerland, but I do know that I can't stand to see someone get a ticket. Because I keep thinking, I mean, I grew up poor.
yeah,
And to think, they're desperate.
yeah,
Why do you think they're riding without paying for a ticket? Because
yeah.
they're desperate. So it's just like, can't there just be some kind of public service that we can start where, I don't know. Maybe if we fund so many tickets per year, like if we could afford that, and we'd be that good Samaritan that says, okay, for the route from Kreuzplatz to Solothurn, we can fund a, 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 1,000 tickets a year. So
Mhm,
that's like, what, $2,500 or 2,500 francs.
mhm,
And so what if I could do that?
yeah,
And anyway that gets caught between Kreuzplatz and Solothurn, they don't have to pay that fine. That ticket's paid for. That 250 to get from Kreuzplatz. That's what I would like to see done because
I'm-
I just can't stand it because people are poor. There
yeah.
are poor. We're always going to have the poor.
There should be like some kind of organization that helps like people who can't afford like public transportation.
Yep.
Because how do they get a job if they can't take public transportation? Because then
Yep.
they definitely can't afford a car.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I know, and I think that there probably is something in place that maybe not everybody knows about it. So what about the education behind it? So if there is something, let's educate the public.
Yeah.
Because I just, that just, I just can't stand it. I hate for people to be embarrassed, because I know how I feel when something happens to me in public. And I just can't stand that people get kind of punished for being poor.
Mhm.
We shouldn't punish the poor. And
That's
I
what
know some people would take advantage of the system, but you know what? Less people take advantage of the
Exactly.
system than people who actually need it.
it's less
So
than
what?
1%. Less than 1% of people take advantage of the system, but that's so many
That's
people.
so bad. Well, you know what? In a high population area, that is a lot of people. But still, you know what? The 1% that owns all the wealth could help with that. Because you know what? It would be nothing from their pocket. But I just, I don't think people take advantage of the system as often as we think they do.
They definitely don't. I saw something
Because I've been poor and I never took advantage of the system.
I saw something that it was like, oh, that we're at the highest rate of people taking advantage of the system. It was like 0.013%. And that was the highest rate in whatever long the period was that people had been taking advantage of the system. I'm like, that's still not a lot. That's not even a
No,
of a percent.
I know. It's just I don't think that I think that people that get upset about it have never been poor.
Yeah,
They've
no,
never faced poor.
people that get upset about it are like the billionaires.
Yeah. And they're not even paying their fair share in taxes.
They're not. And they get to pay even less in taxes now. Oh my gosh!
I want you to know you're sweet, your sweet little cousin Gracie. I got to spend time with her a little bit Saturday night and a lot about Sunday morning. And I think that she learned a lot about me and I learned a lot about her. And yeah, I think that, she sees with her job that she's doing. She's working in Special Olympics. Well, not necessarily special. I guess it's more Amber stuff, but she's working with like Watauga County Parks and Rec, and so she's refereeing basketball and stuff like that, and she's starting to see like the way people behave, and it truly reflects how those people have grown up. People who have grown up never having to work for anything, never having to worry about anything, really feel like a youth league basketball game is the be all to end all. And cussing out the referee, my sweet, sweet niece, because you don't like the outcome of the game because your players ain't playing the way you thought they could. I told her, I said, you better be glad I wasn't there. I'd embarrassed you. I'd have been out there saying something to that person.
How does that one feel about coming on the podcast?
I'm sorry?
How does that one feel about coming on?
Oh my God, I bet that one would love it.
I love the wine.
Love it. Oh my gosh, they would love it. And guess what? Amber and her are getting an apartment together. They would love it. Okay, we'll do it. I know they would do it. You might have to stay up a little bit late because their schedule's a little different. You might have to.
It might have to be after I finish classes then, because I get up at 5 a.m.
Absolutely, absolutely. I get that. Yeah, because when my alarm went off at 5:30 this morning, I thought, oh, I need to go ahead and get up because I knew I was working from home, but I thought, I still got to get up, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did because I could take a break when you sent that text. I thought, oh, I need a break now. This is good. But those two would love it, and let me tell you, we'll just have to find out what wine they're drinking because absolutely they would. And it's too bad Megan's pregnant. So I bet Megan would do it too, but Megan can still. She can have a mocktail. We could do a mocktail.
Yeah.
With
Well,
Megan.
because we also have to have Katie on at some point.
Absolutely. Yeah,
So-
yeah. We will. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So
For people for Christmas.
I'm sorry.
For like a Christmas episode, for the Christmas bonus, we should have a bunch of people.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll get in touch with Gracie.
We have to do a Thanksgiving bonus also. I put that on
I'm sorry, we have to do what?
a Thanksgiving bonus episode. I put that on the schedule and I haven't figured anything out for it.
Gosh. I'm wondering, I wasn't planning on going up till Tuesday the 26th. And I was gonna leave work and go straight from work.
Okay, Thanksgiving is the 28th. Theoretically, if you were able to I wouldn't have time.
And let's work it through. Let's work out the logistics.
But it doesn't have to be you. We need to film it before then, probably.
Yeah, probably. So I don't know. I mean, I don't think I can take that whole week off. I don't think I could because I could go up that weekend before and we could do it that weekend before. But what I could do, could I fly up that weekend before?
You'd have to get off work. I don't know if you can.
If I could fly up that Saturday, fly back Sunday.
Oh, I mean,
See what I'm saying? Do all the shopping, do everything else. Do
that'd be expensive.
yeah. I don't know what the cost is. And at that time of year, that's the most expensive flights ever, is that week.
Yeah. I mean, we could just do it with the two of us or get other people on Zoom or something.
I would love to do that. So what we could do, and let me try. Okay, let's go ahead and I'll start.
Do you think
Shoot.
Mason can teach Grandma how to Zoom?
I think that if we get Mason on it, he can just get everybody else in front of the computer, and he can walk away.
I can't put on one screen. That's too many people.
I'm sorry.
It depends on how many people, because I can have two
How
on.
many come in? How many log into it? Is
No. For one screen, two
Yep.
people is going to be the max because of how I have
yeah.
to.
Well, that's what would happen is Grandma and Grandpa would be together on the screen, and we could tell them when to leave the screen and get Mason back on, because that would be your max. I mean, the other person that's there, I'm sure is going to want to be part of it. I'm just going to have to be a big girl.
I can
Get over it.
edit things however I want to.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. And you do just grab the stuff straight from the Zoom account, right? I don't have to be sending stuff anymore.
Yeah, all good.
Okay. Thank you. So let me try to work out the logistics of that because we get Gianna on, we get Corey and Katie on.
Yep.
Papa can be there with you.
Do you think Em would do it?
Yes, I think if Em has the time, Em would do it because Em's wanting a copy maker, so I have to make that part of the deal.
We could probably get Ren on. It's gonna be crazy. I don't know how many.
Ren's not this upcoming weekend. Ren works, but the next weekend Ren does not, which is the weekend before.
Awesome.
That's so
I
close.
also have to film. I think Ren's gonna be my guest for the end of December because we want to have an episode where we talk about dance moms.
Oh, I just love that kid. Okay, he had this weekend off. So that means he works this upcoming weekend, but then the next weekend, but that's the weekend. Is that the weekend before that? Or is it 2 weekends? That's 2 weekends before. So if we could, okay, so if we could start planning, we do a Zoom call on Saturday. Oh, hold on. Let me check. Because
Weekend 17th. Sunday. This weekend
that's
is
plenty of time beforehand.
Yeah, next weekend is the 24th, which is the next Sunday.
No,
So
next weekend's like okay, we're already at the 9th and 10th. Oh my God, we're halfway through November just about.
yes.
That means I'm almost out of here.
So you feel the same way?
You're making my day. You're making my day. Okay, so the 17th, so then the next weekend, we're still the 23rd, 24th. It's
Yeah,
still
that's a good time.
ahead of time for that, but that's gonna put you, woo, you gotta work hard. That
Well,
Sunday.
anyway, this one is coming out this Sunday.
Okay, yeah, sorry. But then are we recording tomorrow?
Yeah,
What are we talking about?
sure.
We gotta get back to our topic now, but anyway.
I know,
so
we're getting so
you're gonna have a lot of edit. There's about 10 minutes
Oh,
here.
I know, I can do whatever. I'm getting pretty good at this.
I'm so proud of you.
I'm
and
honest.
I feel like I owe you about $1,200.
It's whatever.
I don't know when I'm ever gonna have that.
No, I mean, you could just pay my student loans for me.
I might have to.
I still have to pay the first month. I don't remember my password for studentaid.gov, and I'm kind of scared to try.
You can change it. You can change it real quick. I need to check in on mine too. October I was okay, but November I'm not sure about.
Yeah, I gotta figure because they start like
I'm
literally
way past.
month is 6 months. So technically I should have paid it in October, but the thing, whatever, interest starts this month.
Okay.
So theoretically, I could pay $300 a month, and it'll be fine because that would probably include most of the interest. It's $270 a month for 10 years.
Yeah.
So theoretically, I think I could get, if I did 300 a month, I would include the interest. But I have to get a job first, so.
Yeah, and I'm really happy to hear back from EF Tours, but you know.
Oh, I heard back. I didn't get an interview.
I'm sorry.
No one's
I'm surprised. You were way qualified.
So qualified. I am probably the most qualified person that applied for.
Probably so. I'm surprised. Whatever. It's
Like,
okay.
not even an
At
interview.
least you're not being discriminated. Well, you might be being discriminated by age, but on the opposite end of me. Angie finally, Angie admitted, I think that they're discriminating against you because of your age. I said, yeah. I said, Justin and I both feel that way. Justin's been saying it for a long time. I kind of thought it, but didn't want to admit it. But
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just right there at 60.
Mm.
The only thing people are gonna hire me for is to work Christmas at Target.
It's not even about age. It's like, it's because I don't have that much experience, but like, how the F am I
Are you
supposed to?
supposed to get it? I
it?
know. I don't know. But the one thing that you can do after these classes are over is you can text what's her name and see if there's anything about the dance studio. Who
Yeah.
knows? And just say, advocate that you've been taking the German, that you're about to take the PETA test, and that you're about to get hopefully the C permit. And that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to push that C permit. I don't know what kind of business I could start there, but if I could start a business, I will. I don't know about teaching English because, I just don't know if I'll be good at it. But I definitely need to figure out something. I've
Yeah.
got to figure out
Well, I
something.
mean, you definitely can't work in the U.S. because they're about to defund the Department of Education.
Yep, supposedly that's what they said. That's one of the first things in the first 100 days.
You can't, like, you literally will not be able to get a job.
Mm-mm.
Doesn't matter. Because, like, you shouldn't work for people who like, you would get fired right away.
I would.
I'm
Because
sorry.
I definitely advocate for my students. I
Mhm.
definitely advocate for myself. More for the students than myself, but still, I mean, I'm second on that priority list. But
I do-
yeah, I mean, my kids, I had one the other day. Well, you know what happened with one?
Mhm.
This was just Wednesday.
Mhm.
And then one told me, I think it was probably Tuesday. He was talking about we had talked in German. It was in German class, and some of the sentences, one of the sentences was "Ich muss gehen,"
Mhm.
and so they're learning müssen, and so they're learning I have to, and so the sentence was "Ich muss gehen," and they translated "I have to go," and they immediately took it as I was leaving. And I didn't mean for them to take it that. That was just the easiest sentence I could
Mhm.
come up with for them to translate. And so one of them called me aside and he asked me to lean down. He said, "Are you leaving?" I said, "Well, I think one day we all have to go, right?"
Mhm.
I said, "I want you to go. I want you to level down. I want you to be in a safer place." I said, "So one of us this sentence has to be true for one of us. And
Mhm.
I'd really rather it be true for you first."
Mhm.
And he said, "Well, what am I going to do about this and this?" And then we were talking the whole time during class. And I'm like, "This is probably not a good time to talk about it." I said, "But you can do this.
Mhm.
You can be better." And he said, "But I'm scared to leave you." I said, "Mm-mm, mm-mm.
I just
You
also
got to be great.
me.
You got to be great and you got to go." Well, we hope you enjoyed the conversation.
We'll be back next week with a new bottle of wine and a new topic. In the meantime, if you want to join the conversation, follow us on Instagram and TikTok at WineTogetherPod.